Enough to knock me out, but I'm still holding the throne. You'll never know till it's over. So pretty it hurts. Just beware of the thorns.
Hello YouTube. Surprise, surprise. I got a video coming out Tuesday, tomorrow. So I know you guys weren't expecting this, and I apologize. But I've been wanting to do this for a while, and that's talk about each video being about a different person I knew in prison, and or was close to, or maybe not even close to, and telling you about them and how they were, And before I continue, let's if you're new here and you like prison content, subscribe, like, and share. Comment. I love all comments, And even if you disagree with me, put your input in there. Unless you're a troll or a hater, I will respond, we can have disagreements and still, get along. I want to do this about a friend of mine named Kevin Hoppe. And I met him a few times at the walls. We didn't really hang out, but we'd talk once in a while. The first time we did talk, I was in hobby craft room doing leather work, but when he came in, me and this other guy had each other in a headlock, and it was, this other guy had grabbed my balls and was twisting, and so I got kind of mad. He got mad because he was losing, so I grabbed his, and Kevin comes in and says, y'all might want to have children one day, But anyway, that's the first time we really talked. After that, I got up and we all went about our business, but I talked to Kevin for a little bit. The next time I met him was after I'd been transferred. I got itch on my back, to Farmington Correctional Center. I went down there, and then a little bit later he came down there, and we moved in, became cellies, and after that it was a wrap. We did everything together. I had his back, he had mine. He's what I would call a true road dog. Ride until the wheels fall off, ride or die. And I got to know him personally, and a little bit about his family life and all this and that. And I'm going to be telling you about people in the future, future videos, that have done bad things and they were guilty, different crimes they've committed and they were guilty of. Even I, even though I shot a guy protecting my brother, I still shot a guy. But this guy, I 100% believe is innocent. And we got a petition out to try to, for his next parole hearing. He's been to 5, been denied to everyone, and they don't really give him a reason why, except that due to the seriousness and nature of the crime, But anytime you have the victim's family coming up, it's going to be real hard to get a date. I mean, they told me that. But let me give you a little bit of, he's from St. Louis, so I'll tell you a little bit about him. And you guys can draw your own opinions. I'm not going to be mad either way. Whatever you believe, I'm not going to be mad. Because everybody's entitled to what they believe in. But he grew up in St. Louis, and one night, some friends, he said they weren't real close friends. They was just like acquaintances. He been with him a few times when they was doing drugs and stuff, but they weren't really like friends. And so they was driving around, partying, drinking, doing drugs, and they stopped. And this friend of his comes up to the car and asks us to get in. She wants to ride around with him. And at first, Kevin says no, and everybody else is saying no. Kevin says, the car's packed. I'm sorry, we ain't got enough room for you. But Kevin ends up letting his friend in against these other people. They was all giving him crap about it. So he, and this is a picture of him right here. And you can see right here. He gets drunk and high and he passes out. He said that he don't know how long he was out, but when he comes to, he looks out the windshield. The headlights, it's nighttime, the headlights are on, and he sees these people that had been in the car with him swinging bats and other things. And he said it was like from a movie. He said it was like I was watching something surreal, and they get back in the car. And his friend wasn't there. He finds out later that was his friend. But they take him home. They help him to the his house, I think. I think that's what he told me. And then the next thing you know, like a couple days later, they arrest him. And they find blood on his shoes. And I asked him, I said, how'd the blood get there? He said, I don't know. I said, could it be possible, since the car is crowded, that somebody's shoe that had blood on it rubbed up against your shoe? And he goes, I don't know. He goes, I don't know how the blood got there. But he says, that's neither here or there. He goes, I should have said something. He said, I should have said something, but I didn't. I didn't. The next day after this happened, he said I should have went and said something. I reported it, but he said I didn't. I said, well, what would make them come to your house? And he goes, the only thing I can guess is that somebody that was with us said something, He said, but I don't know. He says that the St. Louis police, because he was telling them that he didn't do it, he said they coerced him into making a confession. He said it was like days, he said, kept me awake, 24 hours a day. He said they beat on me some. And he said, I just wanted it to stop. And said, so I signed a confession. I found out from other people from St. Louis that the St. Louis police back in that day was known to do that. And anyway, Kevin's story had stayed consistent. He's never changed in any time, because we got real close friends. Anytime he could have told me, hey, I actually did this. But he didn't. And I'll tell you something else. When I was in Farmington and Kevin was there with me, he gets transferred to Bowling Green. And right before I got put in the hole and sent to Potosi, I met this guy. He was a younger dude than me, and we get to talking. He's from St. Louis, and he said, man, I said, yeah, I have a friend from St. Louis, and he said, yeah, there's quite a few people here from St. Louis. He goes, there's a lot of people here in St. Louis from St. Louis that haven't been caught for the things they've done. you know, like burglaries, different things. He said even murder. And I said, well, my closest partner, and all I said was the name Kevin Hoppe. And he says, I know who you're talking about. He said he didn't do it. I said, you don't even know this guy. So this happened in '86. You couldn't have been very old. And he said, no. He says, but me and my dad was in a bar one night. And these guys were talking. Two guys were talking, and they was talking about how they had killed this girl and got away with it. And, you know, and he said somebody else ended up taking the rap for him. He said, so my dad said, when was this? And so they told him, they always back in the 80s. Said it doesn't matter, the guy's already in prison, you know. Well, he said, I Googled it. And he said, it happened, you know. And he said, but the only thing that was different is that they had this guy for it. And, you know, this Kevin Hoppe. And he says, I'm telling you right now, he didn't do it. I said, well, I've always believed he didn't do it. But I said, you need to talk to him. I said, because he sent, I said, I've read all these paperwork. And I said, I know everything about it pretty much. And I said, he's just sent his paperwork to his aunt. His aunt's going to try to get a hold of the Innocence Project. And he said, all right. So I gave him my name and number. I don't know if he ever did contact him or not. When I got sent to Bowling Green, after I got through with Potosi, they sent me to Bowling Green. And I asked Kevin if this guy, I said, I can't remember his name, but has he contacted you? And he goes, I've gotten letters from people, but he says, nothing like that. And I said, well, he was supposed to have contacted you. And he said, if he did, the letter didn't get here, or maybe my mind doesn't remember it. But I said, well, if I see him again, I said, I know what he looks like. If I see him again, you know, I'll make sure he gets a hold of you, or if we're in the same prison, you know. And Kevin says, it doesn't matter. I'm going to die in prison. He gets in these moods. You know, one minute he'll be happy and go lucky, and next minute he'll be down and out, thinking he's never going to get out of prison, and sometimes not caring if he does anyway, because he feels bad about, he feels kind of guilty about this, and I guess rightfully so. You know, he should have said something, and he didn't, and it came back to bite him, I guess. But I just want to give you guys a story. He became a paralegal at the Walls. You know, got his paralegal degree. He's in the dog program now, and that makes him happy, you know. And I told him he needs to stay in that because that keeps him going, keeps him up, you know. But he blames himself a lot, and when he's in a good mood, he'll talk trash about the guys who did this, you know. But when he's in a bad mood, he talks more trash about himself. And anyway, I'm going to put a link to the petition. You guys, I'm not asking you guys to sign the petition. This is totally up to you. You know, you guys form your own opinions, and see what, you know, it's up to you guys. But if you do sign it, I appreciate it. You know, I remember him telling me when I got a date that he goes, I want you to get out, and he said, don't think about prison no more. Don't think about me. Well, Here's a slight problem with that. I can't forget people I've been close to, you know, and I just can't. And he's not the only one. There's other people I'm in contact with in prison, but I may talk about them in other videos. But I just can't uh, drop somebody like that, you know. And so sometimes he'll write me or he'll call me. Right now it's been like 2 months, almost 2 months since he's sent me an email. But I wish he'd call me, you know, and talk to him a little bit. But anyway, this is the first person I'm talking about, and there'll be more to come. And like I said, as far as I know, all the rest of them are guilty. But some of them were good friends of mine. Some of them was just acquaintances. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and I thank you for watching.